we're going to do this as an event report because with ASC standards, those are all going to be event-based. So create new report, events, and right away under dimensions, we're going to change this to item. We're going to add condition. We're going to add color. We're going to add model. Actually, make first. And model. Item ID is the VIN number. I'm not going to use that in this, but I highly recommend this for your store to add a item ID or the VIN number filtering. So you can see this report by VIN number. We're not going to do that just because, VIN numbers are identifiable for whose business this is. So we're not going to use that one in this report, but 100% recommend item ID, VIN number, or item number, which is your stock number. And the last part, we're going to add a variant. So I suppose we'll add year. I just saw that as I was scrolling down. And what this is going to be is going to give us the basis for all the next reports. So our initial one, we just want to look at new and used VDP views. So we're going to do by item condition. Hit apply. So we get used, not set, new. It's not quite useful for us yet. And that's where the filter comes in. We're going to add a filter. And the filter is going to be based off of page type. And depending on how you set up your custom dimensions, we just follow literally what the parameter is. So we have page underscore type. Some people have them separated. However you have it set up in your account, you'll have to pay attention to that. But you're going to do page type, exactly matches. And it's item. Really useful name. And this one filters down to just VDPs. So now we have used, new CPO, not set because sometimes the parameter doesn't come through. And then we have a blank one. So just basically these bottom three parameters failed to come through. That happens, as you can see, not an astronomical amount of times, but it does happen enough where you'll see like 1,000 events like that. But this is just all events on these. So it's going to pick up every dang thing. And we don't want that. We want to filter it further. So we're going to go down to event name. And we're going to filter by the ASC media interaction, which is not only photo engagement, but mostly photo engagement. Hit apply. And you had 167,378 photo engagements at this dealership from 4,960 people. On average, that's 33.76 photos per active user. So these people are pretty active on this website. So I'm going to delete out revenue first, because we're going to use this as a base for other reports. Add sessions. So do sessions, total users, event count, but I am filtering by event count because ultimately that's what matters. I just want those extra reports. So 7,179 session versus 167,000 ASC media interaction events. Hit save. Engagement by condition. And normally I would add it right away, but we're actually going to back out and we're going to duplicate this. Make a copy. And we're going to do engagement by model. Because you have situations where you have to sell a certain number of a model, and if you don't have people interacting with it, you're probably not going to sell it. So we make this report to go and break this down by model. So go to dimensions, set as default on the item model, hit apply, and now we can see Silverado's generating the majority of their sessions and the majority of their engagement. And it's actually one of their highest interaction, but based off the average, it's 35.74. So they actually have different vehicles like engage better. So some of the highlights here, QX60 apparently has 36 photo engagements, not just photos, but we're going to call it photo engagement. Per active user. And we can expand this down. You can see basically everything they have. Suburban Camaro. For whatever reason, people are only looking at 19 photos on this Camaro. So for me, that would jump out and say, okay, is there something wrong with the photos on this Camaro? Are they looking for something like, is it manual? Is there a certain feature? Is there a certain setting? If you're up in the north, it'd be people looking for heated seat buttons everywhere because sometimes that VIN explode definition that you get on the VDPs isn't too useful.
Yeah.
It's a big long list. So this is where you find the cars that people may not like the photos of, may not like the prices. And again, if you did this by VIN number, which we're not going to pull in, but then you can see the literal car and its average engagement. The next one is going to be, again, duplicating this. And we're going to duplicate based off of condition just because it doesn't have everything in it. Make a copy. And we're going to do engagement by channel. Hit save. I'm going to click into it. And instead of condition, we're going to do by channel. So again, in the event report, you have to do session primary channel group instead of the other one. It says default, hit apply. So it'll be first by which traffic's generating the engagement on the VDPs. Because we still have page type item and ASC media interaction. And then we're going to add item model to this. So we can see by channel, where are people being driven to each of those models. So paid social, Silverado 1500, 422 sessions. Average engagement that came in from Facebook was 30.39, which is below average, but still better than some of the other ones. F-150, 19.95. Low engagement on those. So you'd want to go back and evaluate your paid social. Say, okay, what's wrong with this situation? If they come in on this F-150, why did they not engage well? Hit save. But you can do any sort of combination of variant, which again is a trim, color, price. You know, that color is going to be the exterior color. And all these different parameters that are available on the VDPs with this report, and just keep messing around more and more and more. Like, let's say, again, item ID is the VIN number. We're not going to pull that in, but it gives you an idea. Number is a stock number. Price is actual price. Like we can pull in the variant just to show you. This LT trim is the best trim. Normally you'd use the model and the trim. Really good car people are going to be able to understand which trim is for which car. But if you're more on the marketing side, you may not identify that right away. But you can do so much with this to see how people are engaging with your cars, where they're coming from, how they're engaging. And I think just VDP reports like this are just so critical to see what your marketing is actually doing to move cars.